Well, the sports information function is paramount to everything we do because they're the ones who are telling the stories and telling the stories not only in the stats and what happens in the game, but those human interest pieces, really marketing and branding the department to talk even greater for recruits coming in and really kind of giving them what is the function of sports.
Who's in charge of running the sports information function at Bloomsburg University? That would be Mr. Dave Leisering.
I believe that Dave generally cares about athletics and the overall benefit of the student athlete, which is the reason why we are all here in the first place, is the best interest for the student athletes.
I've worked at Division III schools, large Division I, small Division I's. There is not anybody better than Dave.
I mean, Dave has done a great job, keeping things going and establishing his own mark on the office. And I've intentionally stayed away as much as I could, as to not step on his toes and say, well, just because Tom did it that way for 20 years, it has to still be done that way. Because when I got here, just because the previous guy to me had done it that way for 7 or 8 years, we sometimes intentionally didn't do it that way, just to make a point.
Dave's been able to teach me a lot as well, so that certainly helped me from a perspective of not only gaining confidence but also gaining more experience and gaining the respect of those around me, because even though I was here before, I'm coming back in a different role, so there is that sort of you want everybody around you to feel confident in your abilities, and you want everybody around you to trust you to get your job done. So that is an important dynamic as well.
Although each of these gentlemen have different roles within Bloomsburg University, athletic department or not, they all work with Dave in the sports information office every day in the marketing of and exposure to BU athletics.
So it's tough. It's not a prime job for a person like myself with a family. But at the same time, it pays the bills, and it's fun being around college athletics and college athletes, and working with coaches every day is it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy what I do. You need to know how to write. You need to know how to do some graphic design. You need to know how to keep stats. You need to know how to take pictures. It's become, you kind of do a little bit of everything. Familiarize yourself with a lot of sports. I'm fortunate enough to come into a situation where it's already been established. Tom set a good path for everybody that moves into this chair, whether it's me or the next person down the road. There's already a good foundation in place to keep promoting Huskies athletics, and the coaches do a great job in bringing quality student athletes here to help continue that success as well. So it's a privilege to be a part of this kind of a program, and hopefully we can continue growing forward.
With 19 sports making up Bloomsburg University's athletic department, Dave and his assistant, Jake Miller, are always working late nights and weekends. It's a 24/7 around-the-clock job. Relationships are not always easy under these circumstances. If you have a family, you need the right partner.
There are people that get crabby or don't understand, or they're like, well, why can't you be home by 5 or whatever? And this is not the nature of the beast. And I've worked in retail before where I didn't get out of work until 10 at night, and so it's life. Everybody's got to make a buck, and if I'm cranky with him all the time about his hours, that's not going to work.
I remember when Mommy told me this. I remember when Daddy went over to her house and Papa was using a gun and he shot something and Daddy got scared.
Yeah. Thought he was shooting at me.
Papa did not shoot at Daddy.
Yeah.
So.